So the light push is finished. Now it's time to convert it into a heavy push. And we're going to see how quickly we can do just that, transform this light push animation into a heavy one with less time than it would take to start all over from scratch. So we'll begin by changing our end time to our new end time, about 2:38, to give us some space. And we also want to bring back our character set, because we'll be making some major modifications in the timing throughout this lesson. Okay. Let's even go into our perspective and graph editor view and check out all of our keys that we have. All right. So what we want to do is basically look for the areas where the character is lifting up his foot as he's pushing the crate back. So we have a couple of areas here as he's lifting up his left foot and his right. And the reason why we want to pull the keys back from there is his feet are actually going to be moving slow as he's pushing forward. So we won't get these quick footsteps that we're getting now. It's going to be more of a slow motion. So keeping that in mind, what we'll do is take the keys from about frames 32 and on, and let's really delay their timing so that that key now lies on about frame 78. Okay, so here's what we get. We hit play. Alright, so we're getting a nice footstep out of that left foot now. And of course it doesn't need to be fixed, but we're making great progress already. And we also will need to adjust the translate Z, because those curves will be off. That's why the crate isn't moving as it should. But let's go ahead and delay our next footstep. We'll take the keys from frames 90 and on and delay them so that that key now lies on, let's say about frame, let's bring it all the way back to about frame 150. Okay, so now we have that right foot delayed, and here we see where we'll need to fix up the translate Z, because even around frame 96, we still, the character still isn't able to, or the crate isn't still moving back when it should be. So let's go ahead and work on the translate Z of the crate. We'll select that, go to the translate Z, and notice the F curve here. Well, we'll need to fix that. Let's frame it up, and we'll bring up the left half of it, making sure that it's not going underneath our grid, because that means that it would be going backwards, but we just want it moving forward. Great. And what we'll also do in this lesson is make it seem as if the crate is maybe about 170, 180 pounds or so. Okay? And remember, the character is about 150 and he can lift more than his weight, but he's going to really struggle with this crate. So let's use our weighted tangency trick to create that effect of a really heavy crate now. What we can do is go ahead and apply the weighted tangency on the translate Z. Okay, remember the last selection. And then with this key, we'll go ahead and give it weighted tangency, break it, and take this right half, and let's adjust it. So what we'll get is the crate really moving slow all the way until to the end, about the end. Okay, so here's what we get now when we hit play with the crate. Alright, notice we're getting some nice movement out of it now, and I think it's moving a little bit too slow. So let's just take this handle on the right and bring it over a little bit more. So here's what we get now when we hit play. Okay, so that's looking better. And what we can also do is fix the tangency here on frame 156, also for the same reason, so we could get the right timing out of this. So let's give this free tangent weight, and we'll break the tangency and manipulate the left half. So we get more of this type of bend in our F curve. So now, notice the change when we hit play. boom, and then he brings it to a stop. Okay, so what we see is he's really struggling at the beginning, and then he's starting to put even more effort all the way to the end, and then boom, he brings the crate to a stop. All right. So now with that done, we could go ahead and select the character's center of gravity and go to his translate Z and fix this up a bit. Like for example, this key on frame 86, we're going to want to bring that down. Let's do that so he's not going through the crate. And we'll also adjust our tangency on this as well as our tangency on 30 so he's not going through the crate around there. So here's what we get now. If we were to get a better look of our perspective and hit play. Great. So notice already the great results we're getting out of this heavy push. We just did very minimal changes. Okay. Right now I'm going to stop the lesson here, and in the next lesson we'll continue working on converting this light push, or what was once a light push, into a heavy one.